Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum.
Demonetized.
Oh, sorry.
I doubt it will know. Hopefully it won't know.
Maybe I got it in the wrong key.
Maybe. Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
Today we are reviewing a HBO and BBC collaboration, His Dark Materials Season 2, the first 3 episodes. When last we left Lyra, her dad had just opened a portal using her best friend's demon and his life force, basically killing her best friend, and it did open the portal. And so we were left wondering what's going to be in this new world. If you're a fan of the books, I'm sure that you preferred this series to the film. I didn't mind the film, I quite enjoyed it, but I definitely think it lends itself better to a series because there's so much in the books that you can just go into. I particularly like the whole storyline with Burgess, Jorn Bergersen, who was fantastic. And that whole storyline, I think, was probably my favorite until we saw The Witches, which I thoroughly enjoy their storyline because I find them just intriguing. We don't know a lot about them. And so for me, I was hoping for these things, more witch storylines, that Lyra would actually start listening to the people that are telling her the correct things to do and that she doesn't make continuous mistakes going the wrong direction, and that we wouldn't spend too much time on Earth. One of those things we've had.
It's a city in the sky.
I have to say that the 3 new episodes are very similar to the first season, so no surprises in terms of pacing, in terms of characterization, in terms of, all of the stuff. It's very similar to the first season. So if you enjoyed the first season, you're probably going to like the second season as well.
Yep, and the score again is fantastic. I believe Lorne Balfe is composed again. So if you enjoyed the score from the first time, that theme is there, which what we were singing at the beginning. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We have very strict embargo rules, so we can't really talk about
Anything.
There is stuff we can talk about, but it's a review, not a preview, so I can't do it like I've done with the boys and kind of break it down and give you the best moments minus spoilers. I would like to do reviews, individual episodes as they come in the future. We will be getting these episodes a week ahead of America because apparently the BBC are releasing it a week earlier, so you will still see the reviews early, but from now on, after these first 3, they're going to be weekly episodic reviews, and so hopefully we can do more but spoilery stuff, minus spoilers for those. Nevertheless, these 3, for me, my most entertaining moments was the witches. We get to see more of them and what they're up to. If it follows somewhat from the book, but it does diverge off a different path. Obviously, the second book's all about the knife, and that whole kind of main arc is going to be very evident and prominent in here. The episodes that we did see weren't quite finished, so from what I saw, the CGI looks great.
Yeah.
I
If
really
that's not
like
finished, that's
exactly.
pretty
I
damn
really
good.
like what they've done with the daemons, and I have to say that I really like the differentiation between the demons and their counterparts, because a lot of the time in the first season it just felt like they were so similar, they were one and the same, and that's, they are one and the same, but here they feel like they have really different personalities, which I really liked. There's a particular bird from a witch that has its own personality that I'm like, oh, I really like her personality, and so far removed, so different from the person or the witch that the bird is connected to. So I really like those things. I think the fantasy, when it gets going, really fun.
There's a slug inside our house.
Oh, what?
Right over there.
Gross. Is that your demon?
I hope not.
We were talking about, can you imagine me and the spiders? I went, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if that's what yours settled as.
So,
You would have a very difficult relationship.
so for the first 3 episodes, we do go world hopping. And although I was disappointed with the stuff... Although I was disappointed that we were going to Earth, the stuff that happens on Earth is really entertaining, actually. Because I'm like, I've already been to Earth. I know everything about Earth. I want to go to the other worlds and keep it fantasy. But it does actually make sense, and you don't get bored. The stuff that they have going on Earth is really entertaining. I think Lyra, again, her character, she's obviously growing into her character, but she has a counterpart this time. We saw a little bit of the kid in the first season. He's a very much almost like her opposite, and they are teaming up for these first 3 episodes so far. We don't know what else is going to go on, but I like their kind of relationship. It's not really a relationship. They're very different.
Yes.
And I think that plays a really nice part because you kind of need that because Lyra is still her. She goes off like that. She's really quick. She makes decisions very quickly without really thinking about them. And then you see the consequences once again, which is very much in character for what she was doing. You know, right at the beginning of the first season 1, you saw her running across the rooftops, which she wasn't meant to be doing. She's always breaking the rules. We also have her mother that's still hot on her heels. You know, all those things that were happening is still happening, but it just feels like they've upped the scale as well. So we get the King of the Bears, we get the witches, we get the Magisterium that are just everywhere and still really, really nasty.
Yeah.
All of that is going on.
Yeah.
While Lyra's... How do we talk about Lyra? Well, Lyra's fate hangs the balance of the universe, and that was always the thing, but she doesn't know, and so that all plays a part, and I think that's quite fun as long as they draw it to a close and we get a kind of fruition at the end of the series, and then leave
how
it.
many books are there?
There's 3.
Okay, so we can expect at least 3 seasons?
Yes, but the first season we had an end story, but they left it a bit open. I want them to do the same for the second, not just leave it all open, because I feel like that feels better. So you have a completion of a story, but then they still leave it hanging open a bit for the third story.
Right. I think I have more than one favourite character, and it's a bit weird because I really like the mother. I think she's a very interesting character, and I really appreciate the way the actress plays her, because she could just go down the whole I'm evil sort of route, but she's so nuanced and so subtle, and there's just so much simmering beneath the surface of that character, and as we sort of progress through these episodes, you actually get a little glimpse of what makes her the way that she is, and that's really, really good. I also really loved the costumes again. I thought they were outstanding. I think the way that they have designed the sets, the way they've designed the costumes, really reflects each of the worlds that they're associated with.
They're very unique, aren't they?
Yeah. So the Magisterium is very, as our son put it, it's very Nazi. It's a bit Nazi. So lots of sort of angles and sharp lines and dark, deep colours and that sort of thing, the reds and the blacks. And then there's this other world that they go to, and the colours are quite, I would say, sort of Italian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very Italian, and the clothes that they wear are quite like cottons and linens. And,
very Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And then, of course, you got Earth, which is styled like Earth. But I appreciate the way that they've actually thought about each individual place and the feeling that it evokes. But also the witches, their costumes are amazing.
The witches are my favourite characters.
Yeah.
They're my favourite species of character, because I think the lore is so interesting with them. But my favourite character has to be the lead from Hamilton. He's this cowboy, western, cool dude. And
the aeronaut.
Yeah. He's just so fun to watch. That's what I love watching his scenes. I feel like every time he's on screen, he's stealing the scene. Although that one time when... Never mind.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Can't say about the one time. I want to say about the one time.
Yeah.
But there's somebody else that he acts on screen with. And
oh, I thought they were equal.
They were excellent
That
together.
was such a riveting scene.
So I would say that the adults for me are still the better actors. I like Lyra and the young actors, and they're fine. But there are certain actors in this series that are fantastic when it comes to screen presence. And I feel like he has it. If you watch Hamilton, you'll know that he's got it, right? Yeah, fantastic. And his costume's very cool.
Yeah.
Very Firefly.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So chat to us in the comments below. Are you looking forward to this series? It's one of my most anticipated series is because of how much I like the kind of fantasy realm and the original series. I thought it was fantastic. Are you looking forward to the individual episodes, or are you upset that you can't binge watch the whole lot?
I think it's great to have something to look forward to every week.
Yeah, we're getting back into our individual episodes. We have Star Trek Discovery, we have The Walking Teens, so kind of looking forward to that, not really. And what's the other one?
Well, I, of course, watch The Great British Bake Off every week.
Yes, we have that. So let us know, what individual episode series do you enjoy watching that you don't mind waiting for? Is it a thing that we should get back into? Do you think binge watching has taken away some of the fun? Or do you think we should just be able to watch everything all together? Chat to us in the comments below, but most of all, until next time, remember,
Live long and Tuesday.